had this dog. First time I ever preached at a church. I took this dog with me. Now, Congo, he was probably the best dog I've ever had a day in my life. He's a Cane Corso. I raised him from a puppy. I took that dog with me everywhere I went. One day I was fasting at the face of God and said, God, I don't know what to tell these people. Because I can't go in front of these people and start talking to these people if I ain't got your word. I can't just go tell them what I want them to know. What do I know? So I go in there, he started telling me, he gave me the place. So long story short, I took the dog with me. For me to get that dog like I had it, it was a constant thing and it was a breaking process always to get him to, I had to break him down, and in breaking him down, I had to insert the fact that he could trust me. I have him stay. I go in the store, and y'all done heard me tell this story before. I have him stay. I go in there, talk a little trash with the cashier, fix my little coffee, walk right by him. He'll stay there until I say, let's go. When I say let's go, he'll get up, get on my side, and we're going on about our business. The behind the scenes to that is, he's a big dog. In the middle of the summertime, I take him and I go in the house and watch him from the front door, from the front window, and I tell him stay. Now at first he'll stay there 2-3 minutes, he hot. So he'll get up and go somewhere else. I go right out there and get him, put him right back to where I said be it, and say stay. And go right back in the house and watch him from the window. Finally he caught on. I'm not gonna let you die. I understand who you are. I understand the specs in which you were built to. I understand all about your breed. I know what you were bred to do, what you can tolerate, what you can't tolerate. I just need you to let me borrow you for a minute so I can prepare you to go places you ain't never went before. Had I not did that in that heat of the moment, he would have never been able to go to me to a place that only few dogs go. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody dog couldn't go with me to church that day. I couldn't go get the neighbor dog across the street. He'd been on a chain his whole life. He'd have got in there and started mauling old ladies and just trip. He wouldn't be listening to nothing I was saying. Man, I moved that dog around that church with my mouth. People was amazed because they ain't never seen a dog like that, never been that close to one that big, and they thought he was one thing and he ended up being something totally different. He never paid attention to them. He was always looking at me because he knew that in the breaking place, my hand was always on him. My hand was always on him. Even if he couldn't see me, when I told him stay and I disappeared, what seemed to be disappeared, my eyes were still on him. The minute he moved, and I think sometimes in his mind, he moved just to make sure I was still there watching, that I hadn't forgotten. Imagine me telling him to do something, he being moved, and I don't come out there to go get him. Now it's a break in the relationship. You asking me to do something, but I don't see you. Stay, and I'm watching to make sure you stay. The minute he move, I get up, grab him up, sit him back where I put him, say stay. We got so good at that, man. He'll spend the night out there if I told him. So basically, Ron, what you saying? See, we gotta always examine ourselves, young men. Because see, I'm gonna tell you what'll happen. The king will put you in a place. When I say the king, I ain't talking about me. See, I'm used by God in your life. I'm used by God in your life to prove who you are. I want you to remember this, men, because this will forever be. Whether you catch on to it or not, we'll say something, and then there'll come a time in our life where we must operate and prove what was said. That's why anything that God say is validated by the word of God. It's validated by his word. You can go in his word and find what he's doing. So if you say it, oh, I can handle this, be careful. Because there's gonna come a time when you're gonna have to prove it. And in that time, the master's gonna be watching you from the window. He's gonna be watching you from the window.